Acting synchronicity. It is 1 o'clock in the morning, everything's closed. This car is just going to pull in and leave its lights in opposite there. See for yourself. See it blinking the light at me because I'm looking directly at it. It's just going to stand there in front of me, blinking its light on and off. See? Because I stopped here to do synchronicity with the books because I haven't done it for a while, and this is a bookshop. So I'm just going to, see, that's the shopping centre that's long closed. They close at midnight over there now. I don't know what these books are, but I'm just going to read them out. I would just film them, but I'll have to read it out, I think, because I don't think they'll come out because it's late of the night and, you know, so I'll have to read them out. Now that says, and it's hard for me to read it even, it says Atlas of, that one there says Atlas of Extinct Countries. Atlas of Extinct Countries. This one says The Secret Life. Savoy. I don't know what that means. This one says Enemy of All Mankind. And it's got a skull and some bones and in the red. What that means, I'm not sure. But Atlas of Extinct Countries, The Secret Life, Savoy, in big letters there, and then Enemy of All Mankind with the red and the skull and bones underneath it. Don't know much about that, and I'm nearly tripping over here. See, they knew I'd come here because they know what you're going to do. That's how they can always be in front of you. See how they've left this thing here so that I'll trip over it in the dark because they knew I was going to film these books, even though I didn't know I was going to film until I was coming past. This one says, that one says unbuilt. What that means, I don't know. Unbuilt. Unbuilt. I'd have to think about that. That one says, that's a little red book and it says, I love you. And there's 3 of them there, but there's one sitting on top. 2 that are together and there's one sitting on top. And it says, I love you. Okay. And that one says, Daring greatly. What does that mean? Daring greatly. Daring greatly. Daring greatly. What it says, I have to try to read it. It says, daring. Oh, daring greatly. Silly me, daring greatly. And it says, daring greatly, and it says, I can just barely read it. How the courage to be vulnerable. Daring greatly, how the courage to be vulnerable transforms the way we live, love, parent, is it? And lead. Okay. That one there says invisible woman. Invisible woman. Okay, I don't know. This is doing synchronicity. That's a horse on that, and it's got a horse on that on the front, a white horse, and it's Tubin, is it? Tubin? Or is it Turin? Is it Turin or Tubin? I can't quite read it because it's too dark. I think it might be Turin. And I can't read what it says underneath that because it's too dark. I can't read that, I'm sorry. This one here is the Song of Achilles. Well, I've seen the movie Troy, and so that was how I discovered what the saying Achilles heel means. Everyone has an Achilles heel, even Troy or Achilles lost his life because the arrow went into his heel, and he was supposed to be undefeatable, evidently. I learnt that from the movie Troy, which I rather don't mind that movie, even though I don't like battle-type movies. Louise, that one there is called The Sentence. Louise Erdrich, that's the author, but the actual title there says The Sentence. I'll have to read it out. That one says The Beautiful Words. That one says Love and Virtue. That one says 7.5. 7.5. What does that mean? Christos Ty. Oh, I can't pronounce any of that name, but you might be able to read it, but I'm not close enough to get it in, I don't think. 7.5. There's a movie called 7.5 Weeks. No, that was 9.5 weeks, not 7.5 weeks. Silly me. Love stories. There. That one's called Devotion. That one's called Silverview. Silverview. That one says To Paradise. That one says Oh William. Oh William. That one says Oh William. William, and it's by Elizabeth Spratt, evidently. I don't know anything about books, to be honest. Don't Call Us Armies, that one says. Scary Monsters, that one says. I'm sure even the authors' names have some synchronicity, but I cannot figure that out. That one says Lucky. This one here says Spy's Wife. Spy's Wife. I'm sure the authors' names mean something, like I say too, because they're very unusual names from what I can read here. That one says Beautiful World, Where Are You? And that one is After Parties there. After Parties. This one says Well, Hello. Well, Hello. That one is The Book of Hope. That one is The Storyteller. This one says, this one says Speak, and then silence. Speak, with a little thing next to it, and then silence. Can't figure those things. I don't even know if they're coming out. That one says Blood and Ruins. Blood and Ruins. That one says, that one's Blood and Ruins, and this one says 1,000 years of joy and sorrows. That one says Lawson. Oh, that's interesting. Mountains. The game. The game. What strange paradise. Oh. It's got a bird on top of the head of that man, and it says Girt, Girt, nation. No idea what some of the... I'm not getting any synchronicity here much. Someone leaning over looking out of the railing at some water. Beautiful country. I think that's EUPHORIC. I think that's euphoric. Euphoric means happy, doesn't it? A hitch in time. A hitch in time. And it's got a needle with a thread next to it there, so that's like a stitch in time, but instead it's a hitch in time. Not a stitch in time, a hitch in time. What does that mean? A hitch. What does a hitch mean? Is that like break or mistake or what does that mean? I'll have to look that up. Latin American. The Atlas of Disappearing Places. The Atlas of Disappearing Places. Well, I do have some funny, of course that's probably got... See, I get synchronicity. I don't use logic with these titles. So obviously these things like it really means our coasts and oceans are disappearing or changing because of some sort of weather or something, or climate. But I just go on the synchronicity where it says the Atlas of Disappearing Places. So I'm not going to take it at the face value of the book. Life and Spirit, Matisse, which is like an artist. Not familiar with that artist, but heard of them, of course, heard of it. Life and Spirit, that's what the book's called. Life at the Edge, this next one is called Atlas of Design or Interiors or whatever, I suppose there. A few atlases here by the look of it. Oh, I can't do any more. Best wishes, warmest regards on that last one there. I can't read the rest. I can't bend over. I'm just too exhausted. Also, it's too dark to read the print, to be honest. And it's very, very late, so I just did that synchronicity, and I will have to toddle home from here, which is not far, but you know, the minute I turn the mobile off, there will be these patrol system that's around, that's in this area that covers this entire Leichhardt. But I'm not going to film any more.